I wonder if they're gonna do if they're doing safe lane Night Stalker again, and then are they gonna do Rubik Centaur?
That's what I was thinking. Obviously, one of the best combos we've seen with this Rubik, almost an unbeatable lane.
And then one of the better heroes to lane up. They go, that is. I think that's actually a block pick. I don't really take a whole lot of precedent in block picks most of the time for drafting, but I legit think that might have been one.
And I guess
It's good against the Night Stalker, right?
Exactly. I was going to say, yeah. You've at least got a way to reliably get your teammates sort of away from his, smelly armpits, get him out of that silence.
Is that his silence? The smelly armpits? It's just like the smell is so bad you can't think.
Yeah, he stretches his arms, he's on top of your arc. I can't remember how to magic.
How?
How do I cast that spell again? What were the words? I don't remember.
The smell.
Please.
I can't breathe.
So is there any others that just stand out? Rubik plus... Is there like another melee stunner? Are you thinking something like an ABBA? Omni Knight obviously banned out.
I've always been okay with ABBA versus Gyro, but that's not quite...
It's nothing crazy.
I don't think there was anything that really worked, because part of the Centaur success would be having a nice stun, which something like Sand King could do, but you also have this ultimate that pairs really nicely with the Night Stalker, right? He wants to be able to close that distance as fast as possible before he has, that's why they go Blink Dagger later on. So.
Oh, it's Legion.
The other ABBA.
Good solid.
ABBA number 2. Yeah.
And it's solid catch, right, that suddenly the Stampede until there's an Ags, which obviously is maybe unlikely or going to take to the very late part of the game. Stampede's not going to help cause being locked down by a duel. And you've also got this innate hero that's almost certainly going to be getting a Pipe at a good timing, and Pipe, of course, against this entire lineup of IG is going to be super nice if Ramses is able to get a good timing on it.
So does this mean this Disruptor's 5? Do you guys think?
Yeah.
And do you like that? Because we've seen, right, Tins has played at 4. We've seen it played on 4 and EG. Like, you're not really going to get any items on this hero, right? Or levels, really.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, especially since his Thunderstrike is countered by the Legion Commander's Press the Attack.
Yeah.
I think is her W.
It is.
Yep.
I'm a little bit scared. As a Legion Commander, I feel like there is a lot of stuff that's going to be going on when I duel somebody. LSA, Static
stuff,
Storm, Gyrocopter's just going to drop his entire arsenal when I try and duel somebody. But it's pretty good in lane, I think, against Gyrocopter because she's pretty tanky and has sustain. Can set up for the rest of the team. I just imagine, I'm wondering which team is going to blink first in this situation, because almost every single draft we've had at this tournament, one team blinks first and says, we're going to be the team that has better late game. And the other team goes, okay, we're going to try and rush at you.
Okay, well, let's run some scenarios
and
then. Say this Night Stalker has a blink, blinks in with the Coddle behind him. How do you think IG would react to that, right? Because you got this giant Will-O-Wisp. Can they really, or do they just have to disengage?
I think because you imagine the Jaris, we're seeing what sort of phase drums BKB, right, is the build-up right now. You do get that early BKB.
So you just BKB flak and you're just cool fighting that?
Exactly, yeah. Okay. Exactly. I think that's sort of going to be their best hope.
Yeah. Well, there's the OD ban, and yep, they instantly take that Ember after the OD. Heroes you've been talking about, we just haven't really been seeing that much. It's been last banned a ton of times. And, well, this is a very fast-paced lineup from EG. What do you counter with from IG? Who's your middle
Invoker?
or carry? Because obviously Gyro can be played middle.
5 seconds remaining.
You like Invoker just against the Ember?
The overall game state, I think maybe Invoker's okay.
Nothing else really just stands out to you, though?
I mean, the only other mid they've played so far at this tournament that's left in the pool, I think, is DK.
No, they did ban out what heroes like the Razor, so DK could definitely be something that they were thinking about.
Yeah.
They banned TA, which for me says leaning towards Invoker, right? The TA is usually, I feel like that's a go-to ban when you pick Invoker, right?
We've been seeing that, and we've been seeing that matchup kind of go different ways every time, but when people do want to play it, they ban it, yeah.
Yeah.
And less than a minute of reserve time left. Game 1 of this best of 3.
Don't think it's a good Storm game, right? Because you have this AoE silence,
definitely not.
telekinesis,
Bolas
duel,
from
chains.
Denver.
There's so many things there.
Ooh. And a lot of disables on both sides, right? Disables and silence. This game, you always look at these and you're like, this is going to be a bloodbath, and then who knows, they might just both be scared of each other. As you said previously, who's going to start the fight? Neither team might feel comfortable doing that. And it's going to be Zeus. Okay, so here we've seen very little of, but we've seen a little bit of it. How are you feeling about it? Obviously, it's not like a physical late-game hero, but people really do like Zeus in the late game.
It can do all right in the laning phase. It can do quite well, like very early on, and then it starts getting worse and worse as the higher levels of Flame Guard come up. Obviously, it becomes terrible once Abed gets level 6.
Yeah, I think it's a hard Zeus. You've got 3 cores and a Cottle that are going to be on top of you. With this Legion, Ember, and Nightstalker are going to have means to very easily get to the back lines. Like, I don't know how you protect this Zeus. You have a Stampede, but you have like the Chains, the Jewel, the Will-O-Wisp. You have a lot of catch to get him and make sure that even with that boost of move speed, he's not getting away. We don't see a lot of Zeus. IG's trying to bring it in here as their 5th and final pick. I think this is a huge risk, a bit of a gamble, and I think it's going to get heavily punished by EG. All 3 of these cores. I think you're just going to see the Zeus just get rolled over. I don't know how Zeus is going to stand in any sort of team fight and get his spells off. Someone's going to be on top of him. I don't think these heroes can keep this whole lineup of EG off the Zeus.
You agree, Cap?
Yeah, Centaur's not really that good of a save for a lot of lineups. I think people look at it like, oh, you move super fast,
just
it's
run
okay,
away.
But stuns are a real thing. I do like the fact that IG has, with the Gyrocopter, they actually have 2 kind of frontlining cores. So that will create a lot of space for Zeus. I would feel better about it if there was like another support that kind of did that for you. Unfortunately, you've got 2 kind of frail supports that can't frontline, nor can they save for you. The best you have is maybe Kinetic Field and Static Storm. I'm not super confident about it. I do think EG looked really sick with the Nightstalker. That fast pace they played, that looks like a killer EG that we have not seen yet this tournament, and that just leads into what I was saying before about an EG that did get better from the start of this tournament. So I'm leaning towards EG as well.
Yeah, I really think we're going to see another game from EG that's sort of similar to the stompiness of the games they had the other day against Liquid. I don't see how this Zeus is going to work, but looking forward to Emo proving me wrong. But this Legion gets a good timing on the pipe. You just picked a Zeus into this. And it looks really hard for IG. I think it's an easy game for EG.
Yeah, it does. Game number 1. It's going to be EG. It's going to be IG. Let's get some hype, and let's take it over to Lyrical and Trent.
Thank you so much, Grant. Oh my God, this is so crazy.
That's
we
the
can
crowd.
hear them from China.
They're
We're all
going
the way in LA.
crazy for this one.
So you wonderful people out there, the panel thinks that Zeus is going to die a billion times, as is the MO for Emo, which we've seen time and again. How are you feeling about the draft?
Well,
Trent?
they use the term roll over, but roll over implies they've gone through the rest of his team first. But Emo's always ahead of his team, acting crazy.
That's a good thinking.
So he's
moment right
reversing the thought process. You don't have to dive deep for the Zeus if he's in the front line, blinking and suiciding like he does on Emo.
You know, that's why you get invited everywhere, Trent.
I
You're a
got
man of integrity.
The big brain. Now, while you guys were watching our beautiful faces, you'll notice that some words were said here. We had good luck from JT, and then he just put Bulba. To which Arteezy replied, Bulba! In all caps. So I think the mental warfare is beginning.
A little bit of Bulba love there in chat from the Ramses as well. Yeah, they also tipped each other, Ramses and Arteezy, at the start of the game. So a little bit of love between the 2 offliners. You know, it's pretty interesting. You look at this IG team as a whole, and this is something I wanted to touch on before I got too deep into this, as the Flame Guard immediately obliterated there. This was a team that missed TI. They were doing really good in the group stages, and now they come back, they win a major, and you look at them, they're at least top 4. Very happy they got to be at least to the start of the season after not changing that many people, and now we're seeing them face off against EG, looking for that top 3 finish, taking their perennial spot.
Yeah, the question today was would they finally hit the wall for IG after the minor, and EG's the real test. If they can have a victory here, I mean, that would be just so incredible for not only this team, but frankly, like China Dota as a whole. I think China Dota has started to zero in just on the top 2 of LGD and Vici, and everyone else is kind of just like the fans seem to be flaming them, right? Like, they don't even consider other teams. So it would be big for the region to get another contending team.
Absolutely. As another little stun comes out there from Kaka, and a player who's definitely made it happen for China region in the past. You think back to that newbie roster that KP used to be on as well, and it was a team that won more games in a row, I think, than any other team in history.
22-0 or something in like big matches.
It was pretty absurd.
Where they just picked Doom every game and just ran around.
That's right. Uh-oh.
That was great stuff.
The big punches coming from Emo. This guy's got some pretty high base damage on the Zeus and just kills him off. First blood.
Emo.
My God.
Earlier levels, a little bit of an edge. I mean, as you said, the first level of Flame Guard literally just gets taken off, so has to build up his levels for a time. But you definitely don't want to feed to the Zeus.
Ooh, and he just keeps on hitting the stuns.
Yeah, nice stuff there. Good way of being oppressive with Lina. Kaka not starting any big items. All right, he just has mantle, couple sticks and or stick and a couple more sticks in the branch.
That's
yeah, none of this like orb or blightstone or Bassi.
It's something that you've mentioned a couple times about Kaka, that he likes to go for these sort of smaller intermediary items that build into something as opposed to just taking the Bassi. And will deny himself the desire there and come back with a full mana pool.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's just because he really values the regen, and well, in this case, he just fully completes the magic wand too. So, just recognizing, he's in a lane versus spamming heroes. Whenever you have Coddle, of course, they want to spam abilities at you. So, get yourself a wand.
See if he can keep the pressure on Darteezy during this first period, 0 to 5 minutes. One of the most vulnerable spots that the Night Stalker sits in as Kaka misses the stun on the top lane. Haven't talked that much about bottom, but they're doing fairly well there as well. 12-2 on this gyrocopter so far.
Yeah, Ramsey's actually holding the second level here, and Ollie has not been casting his Thunder Strike. So I think he was waiting to see if there was like a moment of courage proc, and he'd be like, aha, I can finally press Q. But now he's going to try and force out a press the attack here. Let's see if he takes it. Nope, still nothing.
Taking
it now.
They got aggro on to crit, pull him back in, want to turn to fight, see if they can take down Fly, a kill on Darteezy on the top side of the map. While that's going on, and still level.
Someone tell Ramses he can't take stats.
On,
Crit was like taking damage from the Thunder Strike. He's like, please help me. But they managed to give up on him anyway, so Ramses was all-knowing in this case. And yeah, very nice play again here from IG, just continuing that pressure. Once you've lost the edge in a lane like this, with this like Centaur and Lina, you kind of feel helpless as this Coddle. It gets weird. You think you're like really broken and OP, but like you can't really return aggression using Blinding Light. You can just kind of like keep trying to hold them back.
Yeah, it's kind of like, in a way, almost if you do want to get aggressive, it has to be predicated upon them overextending, then getting in tower range or something. But then you just push the creeps into the tower too, and it doesn't matter. Yeah, kind of sucks. There's another missile's gonna land there.
Oh, he's got no mo. He's got no press. Get him. He's dead.
Oh, stick charges 3 of them. That is too much damage. And Fly gets the kill.
No Dispel versus Disruptor. Ollie's a happy boy. I mean, this hero's like unpickable in pubs right now. Always had to pick first. Yeah, you always have to pick first as 5, and then they always have a Dispel. They're just going to pick one of the 3 meta Omni, Abba, Legions. You can't play Dota. Meanwhile, Ramsey's just no Dispel, and he's alone for Ramsey. Crit like moving around now.
Yeah, that really sucks. He's going to take a lot of damage. They're trying to trade hits against Fly, and still nothing. Needs to get that level 4. Until then, you are very, very happy as that Disruptor.
Dude, Kaka again up top. Gets the stun, followed through by JT.
Tries to eat his way through, but it's nighttime, and that's going to give him the speed to get away, just barely. Skin of his teeth.
He is on this.
Oh! Caught him. Oh, level 6, up to 250 damage now, I think, on the ulti.
He had just put the salve in his inventory, too. He was doing some backpack work, trying to switch things around. A bit too late.
That's one of the things you can do. So far, the Emo Zeus looking good. 32 and 12.
I mean, he's having a great game. He's got 2 kills now. And the only person ahead of him is JT.
Wow. Well, really impressive showing so far, as he almost has more denies than he got last hits on Abed. I mean, is this really that bad of a matchup, or is Emo just kind of outplaying him? What do you think's going on here?
I would say it's definitely bad to start. Like, you have to do neutral stuff like this, right?
Yeah. Like,
you have to go into the jungle, you have to do stacks and everything, and that's how you catch up. But it's just, if you get solo killed like that, then obviously it's going to make things even worse than it normally would be.
Okay.
Instead, you're just hoping you can temper it a little bit better and get some regen out, spend all your gold on regen, and Abed's just not having a great time. Mind you, his top lane was getting bullied, and they did not use the Shrine on him. Thank you, team. So Abed does have that to his use.
You see that timing, though, of Abed? He got the kill on the camps while stacking up both of them simultaneously. So that was pretty nifty.
Is that what they call farming patterns?
You know,
I
don't
top
know
level
what these
players
things are.
use? Sounds about right.
It looks pretty. Whatever it is. I don't recognize it, that's for sure.
What's Crit doing? I feel like I just keep seeing him wandering around.
Dude, he's almost got arcane boots. He's fine. He's having a good
That's
old
a
time.
big almost. That's like a 600 gold almost you just dropped down there. That's a huge.
I think it's because he has to head over to mid lane now. Abed is going to be forced back to base. He's TP's back to base, actually. And now Crit is going to be left here with the mid lane for a little while.
Well, he's got Remnant, so.
Oh, okay.
But he also doesn't want to come back. So, yeah, Crit very happy to go for this. I think it's down bottom. What's he going to do, right?
Yeah.
Can him and Legion kill Disruptor? Probably. But there's like a lot of collateral damage that comes in for the Gyrocopter, too.
You'd want to get level 6 probably on Legion. And, well, guess what? He had an inkling. Crit is going to die yet again. Another kill with that ulti. And they find Ramses down bottom, who's hiding off in the trees. So double value there out of the Thunder God's Wrath.
Jeez, they are just getting destroyed right now. 7-1, a 2K lead now for IG. I think EG are the favorites here, guys, coming into this one. But the laning setup so far, not very easy for EG. Now, mind you, this is I feel like OD Pixel earlier. Now, if they can come back from this with
Right.
Coddle, Night Stalker, it's not quite the deficit that we saw earlier today with the Morph Shaker game.
No, and that's the thing too, right, is that it feels like, as JT's going to throw out that stun to get away from Arteezy, it feels like the EG lineup is still faster than it normally is, where it's just a bunch of course farming, but it takes a little bit of time to get online. And that's probably what they're going to be waiting for, is Crit going to tank a hit, and Emo low on mana, so that might not be enough to get the turnaround. In fact, with Arteezy moving in, they're going to force out the glimpse. He didn't have a Remnant?
You always get one every game. That's a Disruptor fact.
Wow.
And every single game, there'll either be one TP or one gank thing that gets ruined because someone gets glimpsed and they go, right, Disruptor. So, yeah, he was shy one Remnant there. And that really hurts because that costs a rotation from Arteezy.
Yeah. Well, and you can understand, again, like the idea of wanting to secure that regen rune by Abed. So at the very least, it's going to be a regen rune for him, full bottle now afterwards. And he's going to be able to farm up, maybe farm up a hero if Crit and him want to go together for a smoke or something.
Oh, well, Ollie making the best of his hero, stacking some Ancients, while Emo has the boost of travel with his triple null queued up soon.
That guy is insane. 100 base damage. He's 3 less than Centaur right now. As he finds another kill.
Stop coming there. All right. Whew, he's got trouble. He's still level 4.
Dude, right now, Emo is making Crit wish he had null field, honestly.
I know, right? But the only time you could hope for it. And they are not cooling down the aggression at all. Now, bottom lane is empty. This is some, what, 2013 Gyrocopter or something. It's like, I have reached past my ultimate. I must rotate. I am a robot.
They find Arteezy. He's going to run away immediately, but the Stampede is out. The Glimpse pulls him back in. Going to pop that ulti, try and run away, and it's going to be able to make his escape for the moment, but they drop down that kinetic field, trying to get out of there. Hold in place and is going to die by virtue of Kaka. And now Fly also on the chopping block. His Light Strike Array not going to connect. That signals to them, JT, that he's over in the area. The Hoof Stomp connects, and the Coddle will die.
What's so insane about this play is that they just went and did this when there was no Thunder God's Wrath available. Now, Abed did just come and steal the bounty, so he will get one of the two up top as the rest of the Radiant retreat back towards that Tier 1 tower to take it. But now that means they just won that little fight, and they can press forward again with the ultimate from Emo in another 15 seconds.
The thing to keep our eyes on is that level, or rather minute 10 has come around. Tomes are flying out, and Coddle's about to have his level 6. Now, you do kind of want to stagger this, I'm assuming, with the Night Stalker as well?
Well, we want to have his ultimate back first.
Right.
Which would be great.
So we've got to wait a little while for that to actually come about. EG going to be pressuring this bottom Tier 1 tower. Ramsey scouting out in the trees to make sure nobody's TPing. And 10-1, 2,000 gold lead.
Yeah, IG have correctly identified that the hero with the most net worth on EG is Ramses, and he's like the most likely person to start getting them back into this game. So they just left him alone. Like, a Legion just punching creeps and pushing a tower is not as scary as a Legion. Like, someone trying to, oh, I'm going to stay in this 1v1 with Legion. Like, that's such a good place for a support to rotate and try and help with a kill. And speaking of rotations, Crit is just glimpsed and dead, and Ollie is making Disruptor look real good because he's getting these early glimpse kills. First, it was just level 2 in glimpse. Now he's getting the 3rd point, so the range is up there a little bit higher. And that, again, was the Thunder God's Wrath. So now they can push this tower, they can ult if they want to, and potentially force bad glimpses here.
Kaka does need to be a little bit careful there. He was sitting on low HP, and the points coming up in the overwhelming odds might have been a kill threshold, but doesn't end up going for it. Looking for the stomp, get the last hit, and they'll keep their tower alive for now. Drums picked up on the gyrocopter, and I don't know how many times I've seen these Chinese gyros go for drums immediately into BKB. To be honest, I'm not seeing a whole heck of a lot that EG has to deal with that. Just see if they decide to go for it.
5-man fast Dota.
If they want
Another ancient stack here. I mean, geez, doesn't really matter what he's starting with because it looks like he's going to get a lot of items. How many stacks he's getting.
So that's stacked up yet again. Kaka going to farm a little bit in the meantime as well. Alina catching up right now to the safe lane Night Stalker. Still about 1,000 gold behind him, but you can see really it's just Arteezy not having the best of time here. He's been pummeled a lot in that top lane. Now getting a little bit more of the safe farm down bottom.
Dire's middle tower.
But yeah, I've been kind of cool seeing the 3 points and Glimpse Disruptor come back. That's normally not what we've been seeing. At least 2 in Thunderstrike in the laning stage, it feels like.
Yeah, it's you really want it because it just feels a lot better. But if you can, like, they were still getting kills without it, partially because you have a Zeus, I would say, right? Who's like getting the ultimate early on. You didn't really need to zone any harder because they have the dispel anyway. So if you commit into it, he's just going to commit further into dispelling.
Oh, and they got an idea that flies in the area.
I don't know why they're not
EG,
ulting.
they're kind of set up over here as well. They pull him back into the Static Storm. Already Ramsey's down to such low HP. They've killed off the Rubik and that Coddle, but they will keep Ramses alive on the side of EG, though it does look like they'll lose this tower.
Looks like Emo was just really respecting Crit there, and he was correct. His Crit was in range for the spell steal, because it looked like a really good opportunity to ult, because like your heroes are running into a couple on the right-hand side, so you want the vision for the glimpse. But Emo just making sure that they knew where Crit was first.
So another successful rotation. IG up 4,000 gold in a day that's been full of stomps. It's looking like we might have another one here. Things don't change around soon for EG. Now, Fly going to try and clear through this ancient stack. A little bit of help from his friends. But we are getting closer to that 15-minute mark, second night time.
Yeah, Crit almost has Arcane Boots.
It's almost there, man.
Just about. He has had this is the worst Crit game I can remember.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 0-4-0. He had 0 lane impact. He had 0 roaming impact. I mean, he's got 2 big zeros.
It ain't good.
The only one that's not a 0 is the 4, and that's your deaths.
That's not good at all.
No. He's also got 0 points still in Arcane Supremacy. So he steals the bolt, but make that a 5er.
Oh, that hurts. That one hurts a lot. Mega kill right now for Emo, who, well, maybe it doesn't matter if they can get on top of you if they never get their feet underneath them, because this is looking like an EG just can't do anything. This has been a tough game, and IG putting together a very solid draft here.
Yeah, they've cleared up mid and top tier 1, so they could start invading into that top jungle if they want. And EG looking like they're already rather forced out of it. You can see Ollie's just freely getting those bounty runes. TP's up top as well there from Emo, as he's going to start pressuring the tower. Oh, someone just pinged that ward. Oh, that was Fly. Okay, well, that ward is not going to get scattered before it dies, so that's good.
You know, it's really interesting. It feels like this Zeus has been the centerpiece of the team in so many ways, and like, you look at what he was able to do early, first winning the lane against Abed with that solo kill, and then afterwards, as they actually have eyes over there.
They want this kill
Abed.
so bad.
Oh, this would be big. They're looking for it. Static Storm already down low to try and save the life. There's going to be the glimpse back, and now maybe in some trouble, Abed. Force him back. They won't be able to find anything there. But Static Storm was used. Stampede also.
That should buy a little bit more time for EG to help with that Arteezy farming. He's 1 component away here at about 80 gold. So we're closing in on the eggs. We got another 4 minutes of nighttime for him to work with.
I mean, how much does this change the complexion of the game when that Aghanims comes out on the Night Stalker? He's going to get that level 10 health talent most likely as well.
It's going to be that in combination with whatever Abed can get into. It looks like he wants the BKB, but it's probably going to be like Ags, Blink, Night Stalker, and then the BKB for the Ember, and then it's going to try and wreak havoc on this Zeus and the other kind of squishier heroes. Yeah, that was close.
That was really, really close.
Was that your Arteezy soundboard? Is that your best impersonation of what that was like? You were
Leave me alone.
that Night Stalker for a moment there. I felt it. Ah!
What can you say? It's just sometimes you have these visceral reactions to things in Dota. You know what I mean? And getting blinked on by a centaur right before the TP happens is one of them. So he does have that hood finished off now. Gonna decide to go back for the pipe instead of finishing, or rather deciding to go for the BKB on JT. A little bit more of the team play. And I guess that's the type of thing that you were talking about, where Abed also needs to be getting into his items, and he's kind of been slowed down a little bit recently as well. Has the Veil trying to go back for that BKB himself.
That'll be some actual aggressive possibilities coming up for EG at that point, but I'm not too hopeful. I have to say, it is dwindled down to a 4K lead now, and I guess a lot of it's going to depend on what Emo's next item is. Like, is he going to get something a little more defensive than just a Yule Scepter?
Right. And the rest of his team as well, if they wanted to go for anything else along the lines of a 4-stack or something to help him out.
All right, Kaka, don't do the Shadow Blade shenanigans again. I'm not in on that.
No?
I don't think so. It just doesn't feel that great.
So what is the idea of the Shadow Blade if he did want to go for that?
Catch is split pushing on the sidelines, right? You can just like kill Abed, which is like easy peasy.
Okay.
Abed's just there, hitting some creep waves. You show up, you get the stun at an invis, and then Emo ults, and then Centaur stomps, and then you die, and then everyone cries, and you have a little parade, get some gold, some experience, and make a statue out of you. Those all come with a Shadow Blade, which is why all my carry players buy them, because they're looking for statues.
Okay.
But I kind of like, things that work with Aether Lens. Those are cool.
Anything that gets a
Like
little bit of a bump up
Yules?
there.
Yeah. I mean, I get the Shadow. It's whatever. It's a play style that he goes for. It kind of reminds me of the path
for
rotation here. I was thinking of the Rubik Atos, and if it works for you, it works for you. Go for it.
Oh, JT. They're scouting him out.
Oh, that's the
He
hero. That's
breaks
the hero.
Emo, they find
Kill
him right
him.
at the start. Everybody jumps on top of him. Abed as well, the Stampede. Yule Scepter combination together. They can't cast anything right now. Arteezy's silent, but still
Save
more
Emo.
than enough. The chase forward, looking for this finish. EG show up and win it big.
All right. See, what did I say? Emo would be at the front. See,
Yep.
this is why you never had to worry. There's no team to go through. There'll just be Emo. So that is the best possible scenario for EG. Devastation here for IG. And now they got to hop back on the horse. They got to accept all right, you died, whatever. It's about to be daytime. They're not going to have Night Stalker ulti. We got to go hard and just clear up some kills and take roast during this daytime.
That's the plan. We'll see if they can execute. Moving out across the map, Ollie wanting to get down some of those observer wards. Most likely I thought that they were going to try and play around, maybe the enemy jungle, but there's already a pretty deep observer ward from Dire up there. As bounty runes are spawning, fly.
Get out of here, fly.
Yeah.
Fly, and fly. Flies back to fly. Oh, the rocket flies into fly with the kill.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
As they find
You know what
one
they call
more.
that? That's the fly swatter.
You're just a goddamn genius.
I try.
Yeah, that's really good. They left the bounty rune at the end though, so I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Well, they're not geniuses like me. Clearly. They're fermenting it.
I wonder if Abed just walks over there and tries to take it.
There's no way. I mean, he just watched his teammate die to
Dude,
4 heroes.
what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Of
but he's
course
going to be
it's Abed.
shocked. He's going to be like, what
He's
the
like,
heck?
what is going on over
What
there?
is this thing doing here? My first reaction would be
Fly,
like,
well played. He's like, I set this up, guys.
I distracted them with my body. So,
That's sick.
all right, this daytime, the goal should be tier 2s and Vision. Their team can't actually take Roche that easily, so I'm not that worried about it, but I just want this whole area to be IG territory. IG, not EG.
Not EG.
Yes, that will be, they can go live down here in the Garbo part of the map that no one cares about.
That's what they're doing.
Or
for now.
ideally just in their base.
That's the EG place.
Yeah, my writing's getting very good.
Uh-oh, stomp. Chasing. Static Storm already down, but they have the Will-O-Wisp ready to try and disengage. It's not going to happen.
I'm
They
fine
just
with
trying
that.
to take the tier 2 tower.
Yep, dump it all. They don't have BKBs. Win fights right now. They are worthless right now. They are garbage, subhuman Dota
Wow.
fiends at the moment. Until you have BKB, you're not human.
That's
in
what
this
makes you a
game.
good Dota player.
Yes.
BKB.
Yeah.
Buy it now. That's BIB.
Well, we all know it stands for boring King Fire.
That's fair.
But, you know, sometimes that's just what you need.
Gyrocopter already has his. Going back for the Aghanims now. He's 3/4 of the way there.
Fly.
Huh?
Don't do it. He almost walked out that hill.
He was thinking about it. 5,000 gold lead again. I'll say this, though. When those BKBs do come out, I'm a little bit concerned about IG's capability of taking the fights. I mean, obviously, these heroes do scale well in the late game, but the panel talked about it. You can jump on top of that Zeus, make him feel real bad. And he's going for an Aghanims. He's not going for a BKB of his own. He is going to be controlled.
Yeah, he does need the eggs. That's true. He can't, like, skip it at this point. Wow, that's a really deep board. Did Fly put that down there? That must have been before he died.
Probably. He's been there for a
What a
couple
legend.
minutes. Not really giving him that much information right now, I'll have to say.
It spots, like, courier movements when they're going down into the bottom half of the map. That's why I like those boards.
Well, maybe a setup. Fly. In possibly a little bit of trouble. Just force out the BKB runaway. Can the rest of them get here to fight? It doesn't look like it. Abed's also there. They see him.
They double sentryed for vision.
They
there.
just run into Abed.
He had his BKB.
Oh, man. That one hurts.
That looked like when Tim's just started getting punched by the Huskar, like AFK. That's pretty much what that scenario was.
Well,
It's a great start for the BKB.
yeah.
Arteezy is still working on his and should farm that up rather quick considering he's the Aghanim Scepter. You know, the gold just kind of flies on in. But here we go. Another big item. The eggs, so perhaps a few more stacks now for a Gyrocopter.
Now we'll see if he can clear those ones through. 3 heroes right now, the 3 cores of IG, over 10,000 net worth. EG is starting to catch up slowly but steadily. It hasn't really evolved to that point where everybody is like one completely whole item ahead except for the gyro.
Look at that ward from Fly. It's just those double sentries they tried to place for
Yeah.
a vision. It's like right outside both of them.
That's unfortunate.
It just spotted so much. It spotted this whole rotation up here. It knows both supports are shadowing this Gyrocopter.
And it allows them to play on the map
And
very safely.
Yeah, they don't. I don't think they know Centaur's mid. Well, now they will. So they could theoretically fight top.
It doesn't look like that's their intention right now. Instead, they're pushing out this bottom lane. It looks like the rest of them are going to head down and try and connect with Arteezy. See if maybe they can find somebody on a pick-off trying to defend the tower or push out the wave afterwards. We'll have to see.
IG moving in. This is 30 seconds until nighttime. A dangerous time to be making a maneuver, but they're essentially saying, okay, EG think we're guarding top bounty. We're going to smoke the bottom bounty where we know they're all playing. We want to force a fight while it's daytime.
This is really scary.
But
Crit
Arteezy's going to
does.
ult, so, and there's BKB Ember. This doesn't look like a great fight.
They get all the vision in the world.
This
Gotta
is
be
not a good
careful.
start.
Stampede, there's the root. Abed trying to create a little bit of space for his carry. He's going to pop the ultimate, now run away, but the glimpse pulls him back into Static Storm. It's a ton of damage out there, and can they find any extra? Lina under fire, pops the BKB from Abed. They've already killed off the Will-O-Wisp. And now IG trying to just secure a couple of these bounties if they can. Fly's there as well. Need to be careful about that glimpse. Throws out one remnant. And there's going to be the stun, the jump away, still the missile on him. As they pull them back in, they got him caught, and Abed's just dead.
So
Good
Arteezy didn't
glimpse.
have his BKB yet. That is definitely an issue. I mean, obviously he isn't now, but I'm sure he would have popped it there.
So they still managed to actually gain a lead because of the bounty runes, it looks like, in spite of the 2 deaths on the cores. But that definitely doesn't feel great.
No, plus you're going to miss all the time while they're dead farming.
Yeah.
A crit, where do you go?
Oh,
Jeez, he
no.
almost went left.
Oh god, run away.
He's got Yules and bots, and he's coming. Oh, now he's going to give away my
Oh,
ward. No! Oh, I'm so mad at him Fly right now. Like, dude, you were dead.
Oh, just kill him off afterwards.
That's the worst.
You can tell that Trent would report that.
Yeah, now that's the visceral experience that you had earlier with Arteezy, because I know that feeling
You are Fly.
so well. Ugh, the pain.
Well, again, still just that 5,000 gold lead that IG is nursing, feeling good about themselves at this point. And talk about Aghanim Scepters. Kaka decides, all right, no Shadow Blade for me. I'm going straight Ags and 700 gold away.
All right. Well, he has 2 BKB cores already and likely to be a third. Oh, is that a third? That is a third. All right. So they have 3 BKB cores. Seems like a good game for it.
Jeez. That's going to be really hard to deal with.
They're just going to be like running in, like full divide this guy. And
I mean, the plus side is that she doesn't have a ton of levels right now up to that like level 3 ulti yet. But 650 pure damage still ain't nothing to sneeze at.
And she'll get the next home too, because she's building this. So
Okay.
it's coming. She's going to catch her to JT pretty soon.
Gotta say, the fact that Emo has only gotten caught out that one time, this has been a really impressive performance from the Zeus. He's playing it almost like a silencer, where he's just letting his team run in and do the rest of the work, and he's off somewhere else farming.
They've done a very good job of keeping the lead that they had early.
Yeah.
And using that to like kind of suppress EG. I think the early bots helped a lot from Emo because they've kind of just put EG on the back foot for a lot of this game, where they're trying to like keep up and like keep like the waves just pushed out, because they have Ember, but then Legion and Night Stalker are both a little meh until Night Stalker obviously is the Aghanim Scepter, but that bought a lot of time for all these Radiant heroes. Wow, he blinks forward for this.
Oh, Emo. Careful.
Dude,
they
he did
find
BKB?
him. And he's just caught. They try and run
he's
away.
insane.
And they're just going to back out. So they do save his BKB and force one out on the side of IG. It does not look, at least for now, like IG are going to try and chase.
They have Thunder God's Wrath in another 20 seconds, and then Ollie's going to be ready with a glimpse.
They will
Oh, crit.
have...
Oh, no. Crit's about to get blinked on. The
good
juke.
dodge back. We'll play. Oh, he's dead.
The
though.
team's coming.
Looking for it. Following this up. Arteezy on top of Fly. No BKB for that gyrocopter.
Oh, he can't
He's
find
jumped
him.
right at the start, but he's taking a ton of damage. That Aghanims ain't nothing to mess with as the BKB out from Centaur. Also, they are going to kill off Fly as well as Fly.
Emo's got the ulti.
Chase.
He's waiting.
They also have Kaka in the area. Not enough mana to cast his ultimate, but they've caught Abed. They're going to kill off that Ember. 3 dead.
Oh,
for EG.
Arteezy in the bottom lane.
He
He
just gets
dropped
out.
pretty low to that, though. Well, he TP'd bottom to farm, and then he gets Thunder God's Wrath. It's like, oh, all right, hold on.
It's just so much damage. Like, they did 8,000 damage in that fight to the 3,000 of EG.
They got a lot. And you saw what happened there, too. Like, Arteezy just rushed into that fight, tries to find Emo with the silence. He's, like, looking around, and Emo had just blinked way far back. He blinked all the way back to, like, the Radiant offlane tier 2.
Just wasn't going to happen.
Man, these defensive glimpses, this spell almost never works like this, and Ollie managed to get several saves so far this game. Like Ramsey's, but he has the, what, 2 duels? I guess it would have been 3 duels earlier on. Surprised it's even 3.
No. Well,
Oh,
now
it was 1 duel. Never
one
mind.
duel.
I'm
One
an
duel level
idiot.
3.
All
You're
right,
good.
we're
Don't
good.
worry about it.
Woo!
I-
Math is hard, guys.
You know, that's what we're about. You know, we got the NA math coming through.
Lol.
Can't have it not any other way. But we
Ram-
also got NA speaking, apparently. 25-5 in a second. This is my prediction here.
Wow, the numbers are really coming out.
We'll see if they can make
Kaka's
it happen.
leading the charge here. It's just like, I will be the first to pop, and I'm just going to press R on the first person I see.
Oh, it's Ramses. Oh, jump forward. BKB. Good reaction.
All right, all
They
right.
get out.
Good call. Didn't press the R button.
Okay,
Gotta make sure there's no BKB.
And it looks like they'll be able to secure a couple bounty runes there on the side of Evil Geniuses. IG still looking pretty strong right now. And into the pit they go.
Doesn't feel like this is going to be particularly fast with a Zeus core. But you have the Gyro Eggs. Yeah, okay, they're out.
At least to push the wave out. And it looks like they're just going to head back in yet
I mean,
again.
they're flexing. They're saying, yeah, we're in Roche. And
It really does not look like they care that much about what EG are doing. They get the vision. They have an idea that they're coming.
I mean,
The
they don't
smoke
have
is
that
there.
many BKBs.
They just get Aegis.
This was pretty risky. I mean, the fact that you only have the 2, like there were 3 heroes susceptible to Will-O-Wisp there, that was a bit spooky.
They make it happen. Man, IG looking good so far. As Kaya's now done on this Zeus, has the Lightning Bolt mini stun talent, movement speed. He's running around at 464 with those boots of travel, and he's taking the tome. Give it to me.
Wait,
Dude,
what?
Emo, what are you doing?
Wow, I'd be so mad about Skaka. Like, are you serious, dude?
I need to get to my level 24.
I could have 200 more pure damage and lower the cooldown by 10 seconds, and you're just going to do this to me? It's not even that good. I mean, it's pretty good, but you've been playing really well already.
Wow.
I am disappointed. You know what? This is the core player punishment. When if a core player sees a tome and it's been in the shop for more than 45 seconds, you're
okay.
allowed to just take it.
I see what you're
So
saying.
the
now.
support players should be on that shit.
Dire's top tower.
Kaka, too busy buying wards.
It's a hard life.
All right, he's got 1,500 gold. Maybe it's
Yeah, like he's buying wards. Give me a break.
all right. So what do we got? Spell Amp now on that.
Good teamwork
Ember?
here. Ask your support friends or your cores, whoever, to kill those trees for you guys. Position 5. That ward's so good.
It's a nice place to place it. Get the vision down. Obviously, they've had the vision advantage, it feels like, this entire game with the Zeus Thunder God's Wrath.
Yep.
And this is against a Night Stalker. So they get another little peek into where everybody's at. And then going to just continue to assert dominance as they take over that high ground. I mean, it's something that's sort of pretty nifty too, right? Like, you pop the Thunder God's Wrath, you see that you can just head up to that high ground as Gyrocopter, check if there's stacks, and if there are, you take them. If not, head back to dominating.
The 7K seemed like a bit of a low lead to you.
It does.
It feels like with the way they've controlled this map, I'm shocked that they have this much farm on the 3 cores of EG. Oh my god, that glimmer. Does that see him?
Oh my god, they got him.
Don't go in. Don't walk in.
Crit
Oh
got
god, he's been
caught.
found.
Arteezy also in trouble. He has his BKB though, and is going to need to pop it here if he wants to live. Apparently, that's not in his repertoire, as he is just going to die.
What? He just hates this thing. He's like...
I can kind of understand where he's coming from, because he can buy back now and defend at least with the BKB. Whereas before he wouldn't be able to, but maybe they're not going to defend anyways. I don't know.
I mean, that's like the 3rd time this game where I'm just like,
Yeah.
he has BKB, right?
Well, and in some trouble right now, Ramses just gets demolished. If they wanted to buy back on Arteezy, they need to think about it soon, but Stampede's already been used. Abed,
He's
trying
committed
create
to
a
not
little
buy
bit of
back now.
smash.
There's no fight anymore.
Root takes down one. Okay, Kaka's dead.
Look at them just hitting buildings while their supports
I mean,
are dying.
they're actually almost killing off the Disruptor. Dude, these supports are just being left behind.
Yo, could I get a stun? They're just like
Anything.
killing the tower. That was so depressing.
That's what gets happening, man. They are objective gamers. Not worried about kills, even on their own team. They're just focused on the buildings. Fly still hangs on to his BKB, but...
I mean, Abed was looking straight confused. He was like juking back and forth. He's like, oh, where's the stun? When's it coming? And then JT's like, sorry, guys, I can't do it.
Oh, they get the tier 3 tower.
JT, as you can see there, very careful with his inventory. He has locked his power treads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wouldn't want to accidentally upgrade those.
Yeah, that's
That's a dangerous one.
I'm not sure how that happened. I guess just like maybe a little bit of a misclick on something else or something. 10K lead, in spite of leaving the supports to the Wolves. And Crit just hoping to find a game for himself. 0-9-3. And in spite of that, like we've been talking about, he still managed to get this Aether Lens, has a Glimmer Cape. It just feels like EG just haven't fought a fight in forever. Like
They haven't decided they wanted to. They basically said, yo, we're going to need some late game BKBs. Don't waste them.
yeah.
Keep those, you know, you're going to die, just die. Seems to be the mantra here.
Well, the lead continues to grow. Fly with no teammates anywhere nearby, but he is not that concerned.
Yeah, same with JT. I don't really think that he's nervous about dying randomly down here.
They got the Ags done on Abed. Smoke up. Is this their moment? This is the time they decide that they want to fight, it looks like, as Arteezy's running in, is going to see that courier, pops on top of immediately that disruptor. Stampede to try and run away. The slowdown comes
got
from
no
Stampede,
vision.
and they're just going to blow up Fly. They don't have Will-O-Wisp in this fight,
They
nor
have
the
no
Chakra Magic
detection.
cooldown. And JT, he's just going to find the stomp on this Night Stalker. Guy's running around at like 500 movement
All right,
speed. He
I don't
want
want to ping the BKB, but I'm about to ping that friggin' BKB.
God. Ollie, chase down, no detection, but still they're going to find that kill.
Is
onto
this a
Disruptor,
graphical bug?
I
Is
don't
there
know.
actually a BKB
And
in
then
his
they
inventory?
find the stomp afterwards onto Abed. It feels like it's just kind of everybody falling apart.
I mean, the lack of vision is pretty painful too. I mean, yeah, Abed had dust, but Arteezy doesn't, which like it's kind of understandable. But there's so many glimmers and shadow blades that you should probably ditch the quelling blade for dust at this point.
They take down this tier 3 tower, and IG looking to continue the stomp series that we've been seeing today. Ramsey's behind enemy lines, maybe gonna try and find a pick off here. He runs in, finds immediately Emo at the start. Can they blow him up though? This guy is super tanky, they're gonna destroy him. He wins the duel instead. Zeus has got right click damage now. Come at me, he says. The BKB finally is out there from the Night Stalker, but it's not gonna do anything. Everybody else is falling apart, just zapped to death. JT says, let's go to the next game, hitting tier 4 towers with his body. It's a 19,000 gold lead, and it is feeling like nothing is going the way of EG.
And they're going to keep the chase up, and well, now that he doesn't have BKB.
They got him caught. Arteezy again trying to run. Lightning Bolt in a second. They have another round of it. Can they kill him off? Yes. 4 dead, no buybacks, base in shambles,
That one
NA struggling.
Yeah, they are indeed. The 155 damage on the Arc Lightning's actually zapping right now. He does so much from so far away with his Blink Dagger.
Jeez. Mega Creeps, 37 minutes. And GG is called as EG need to go back to the drawing board. And I think it comes back to, well, for IG at least, what they said at the beginning, Bulba.
Everyone on this team of IG just played so well. Like, I can think of moments in the game where pretty much everyone slayed. In fact, the person we probably praised the most in JT was the least, you could say, impactful.
Yeah.
Like, he made some nice plays and stuff, but I feel like the whole team just looked fantastic. Good glimpses, great control early, great defensive glimpses, which you don't often get to see coming out from Ollie in that game. Kaka, despite the Shadow Blade, didn't really end up factoring in that much, it felt like. By the time he got it, the game was just kind of eh. But everyone just having a real easy one.
Well,
there.
and you could tell that from the very beginning, this was something that IG just felt so confident in. Every move that they make, every like play that they had, they knew what they were doing.
Every lane. Those lanes were brutal.
Like, what?
Poor Crit, man. That was
a rough one. That was a rough one.
0-5-0 to start his game.
I guess, is that just the Zeus getting ahead at the start? Like
That was he had nowhere to go.
Right.
He couldn't help the Legion, or at least he felt like he couldn't help the Legion. Like usually you would think that maybe they would try and like bully the Disruptor or something, but they gave up on that idea, and Crit just like ran in circles. He got like a ward in on the Radiant Shrine, and that was it. Then he tried to farm mid twice and died.
I got to say, I was really impressed with Emo this game.
Yep.
The entire panel, all of us, we all said that this was a game where this dude could just feed over and over again, lose them the game. He won them the game. Really impressive showing from him. But let's head back to the panel, figure out what EG need to do in game number 2 to pull this back around, and IG looking very good.
Indeed, that was a certified ass beating. It was just EG playing a little bit bad, but IG just playing phenomenally.
A little bit. A lot of bit.
I mean, they were definitely playing bad, but you're not going to say IG was playing good.
No, for sure. No, both. Like, IG blew me away with that game.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. I mean, this Emo on the Zeus, a literal god.
Really?
He destroyed Abed, and then he proved us all to be idiots. Hello, resident idiot here.
Yeah, you already proven that a little bit before, but even more
no
so now.
surprises to the viewers out there. But no, I mean, that was amazing from IG, and what was that from EG? Feeding left, right, center.
There's going to be some memes about his BKB charges.
Yeah.
There's got to be. You know, the Fada arrow, this is Fada arrow number 298. There's got to be some BKB meme that's going to come out of this. I mean, there's a level of like, yeah, save your charges if you can.
If you can, yeah. They
He
could
literally
not.
was running back to his base. He could pop BKB
And just blink away.
or
He
get
had blink.
glimpsed back into his death. Which one are we going to choose?
Yeah, no,
Death it is.
It was rough one. You
that
see
was-
right here, look at this. You're like, they could get him. Centaurs, we talked about, a little bit of a count. You just run away. Instant kill on Fly right there. And hello, anyone? I can't see her.
No vision.
Hello?
Gets hit by the
Detection
star.
here. Where am I?
Doesn't use the BKB. He's
And it was
gonna
just-
die.
It was just very well played. And the top of the net worth almost that entire game was a guy we said has been kind of taking a backseat and fly on that gyro. And maybe his best performance to date, a good time to have it.
I mean, it's his best hero, and he had the best performance here. And that was, Yeah, I mean, a sick game from IG. I think Ollie also played extremely well on that Disruptor. We don't see a whole lot of Disruptor 5s anymore. Mostly it's going to be a farm 4. But he had some sick plays. He had that one play where he was top behind the Zeus, and he was able to get the Static Storm right as Abed makes the commitment onto the Zeus, completely saving him. That was super sick. He had a lot of really great defensive glimpses that were going around. I don't know, man. They just got body in the lanes, which I think maybe we should have seen that coming. I think there was a lot of little things like
we can bring up
Ramses did not go press the attack against Disruptor.
He went 2-0-1
2-0-1
level 3 in that lane, so
against Disruptor with
strange.
Thunderstrike. You
Level
can negate 75% of the damage that's coming your way.
Yep.
He gets one bop, you W yourself, you're good.
Level 1 Abed with Flame Guard against Zeus. I know you guys were talking about that. You just take it off with one bolt, right?
Yeah, level 1 and level 2 Flame Guard both get negated by Lightning Bolt. So it's only until you level 3 that you actually start getting some protection. Maybe it was just about keeping his HP high, he wouldn't be able to funnel enough regen. Yeah. But I thought I'm not a mid expert, so I have no clue. But I thought you just funneled regen to your cell constantly.
Just slight get range,
and then
funnel.
eventually you do one of those Storm Spirit deals where you farm up the jungle, you pick up your level 6, and then you go and try and kill the Zeus with your remnant.
Which he tried to do, but he was already so far behind at that point when he farmed the jungle. Yeah.
And then top lane, the Centaur was a great answer to the safe lane Night Stalker. I feel like it not only took away what Evil Geniuses maybe wanted to pick there, but I think it also was a great lane matchup against Night Stalker. I mean, they killed him. They killed the Night Stalker. Night Stalker's super tanky at start, but they were able to body that lane matchup. And then when you win 3 lanes, Dota starts becoming relatively simple. EG tried to make it complicated, but IG just played very clean Dota the entire way through. Honestly, super impressive, and EG very unimpressive.
Yeah, and we talked about it, right? You guys said EG is favored if they played like they did yesterday.
They did not.
They played
not
group
the same
stages, right?
Night Stalker, no.
Yeah, they played very group stage, but they did the picks you guys wanted to see them. So,
that's
you wanted to change up the draft then? Not really, just the play?
I feel like after that game, is there any hope for EG in this series? I really feel like it's still in that draft. I don't think that you look at this and say it should be that much of a stomp. Sure, there's a lot of people out there who are very smart at Dota 2, and they look at this and they can have their arguments why IG's draft is better than EG's. But was it that better? Surely not. I mean, I think that really was, as you said, that was just IG just crushing them just in pure skill when it comes to sort of the lanes and the way that they played. This lineup of IG heroes, it does not just sort of wipe the floor clean with EG's lineup. It's through their play. It's the way that they played it, and that makes it incredibly exciting to see, because who knows what IG's going to come up with in Game 2. If they're bringing out this last pick Zeus that nobody else would be doing now here, especially at sort of this point where a lot of people are saying, we're at the end of the patch, it's all getting very stale, everything's figured out, and IG walks in like this and just destroys EG. It's exciting. And hey, IG, I guess they've just got a taste for those North American teams,
They're eating them
alive.
alive.
On Jay Storm, now they're on to EG. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in the second game draft, but I feel like after seeing Game 1, I don't know, regardless what happens, how you could go with EG to win the second game. This was just an utter beatdown by IG.
Seeing those lanes, I think that both of these lineups basically depend pretty heavily. Basically, whichever team loses the laning phase harder, they're just going to start getting run over, right? Because if EG walks away with some sort of laning phase win, then they just have this Night Stalker who's going to be feeding off of this Zeus and is able to be really powerful in these fights. But IG very much recognized with Emo saying pick me Zeus. He's I'm just gonna win this mid matchup, and then we already have a good setup for our side lanes. And we'll just go from there. We'll just be able to win our lanes and then just control the rest of the map. But eventually, we're going to choke EG out to a point. I'm not going to flip-flop, though, even though EG just, got stomped like that.
You still believe?
It's not about that. I think it's more about the fact that EG has shown, very different kind of play style for
so you
most
think
of the
they
tournament.
Could just say,
so
this doesn't
maybe
work.
They're not going to go for the aggressive play style against IG. Maybe they're just going to fall back on again, that whole Pango Enigma game really sticks with me, that they were able to make that work against IG. So maybe IG, their kryptonite is a slower lineup, and maybe you shouldn't be challenging them like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. That does mean we need to take a short break, but when we get back, EG versus IG. Will IG wipe the floor and make it a 2-0, or will EG bring it back, make it a 1-1? You'll have to stick around and find out.